Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I am going to talk about the problem consecutive primes, the very third problem of Kickstart round B 2021. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's jump into this problem statement and find it out what should be the best solution of this problem and analyze the problem statement. Okay, so in this problem basically we have to find the secret code, which is actually a number that can be found by taking the product of two consecutive prime numbers. Okay, such that it is the largest number that is smaller than or equal to z, that is this number secret code will not exceed the number z that will be given to us. Okay, and we need to determine that secret code which should not exceed the number z, and it is basically the product of two consecutive prime numbers. Okay, so z can vary up to maximum of 10 power 18 in test set 3, and in test set 2 that is it can vary up to 10 power 9, and similarly in test set 1 it can vary up to 2021. So you can easily see for passing the test set 1 data and test set 2 we can use a sieve of Eratosthenes algorithm to find out the solution of this problem. So if you are unaware of the sieve of Eratosthenes algorithm, do check the description of the tutorial of that also. So now comes the main rule, that is test set 3, how we can manage to find out the you can say the secret code that should not exceed this z. So z is going to vary up to 10 power 18. So let's find the best solution of this problem. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so I should have to here. Okay, so you can see z is going to vary up to 10 power 18. Now you can see this number, that is the secret code, let's say secret code to be n, should be less than or equal to z, and n is basically the product of two numbers, that is p1 and p2, that is prime. Now you can see for p1 into p2 should be equal to z, or you can say should be less than or equal to z, that is maximum p1 can goes up to its root of n, and this maximum p2 can it goes up to root of n. Okay, I think I should not have to write root of n, that is I should have to write like root of z. Okay, so if we multiply two numbers like root of z into root of z, it will always come out to be z. Okay, so it means that we have the two prime numbers like p1 equals root z and p2 equals root z. This is not the answer. I'm just figuring it out what is the number closest to this value that will give us the answer. Now you can see, for having the product equal to z, let's say z is equal to 100. Okay, for understanding the solution, let's first understand z equal to 100. So if we take z as 100, then you can easily see if we take the number as 2 and 3, which are the consecutive prime numbers, and if we multiply it out, it will come out to be 6. And then the value is going to be like very much less than 100. Okay, so this gives us the idea that we should multiply two numbers, two prime numbers, two consecutive prime numbers, which are going to be closer to this root z value. Okay, why closer to this root z value? You can easily see if we multiply root z into root z, it will give the value exactly equal to z. And if we multiply two prime numbers which are going to be consecutive and which are going to be closer to this root z into root z value, then there are around more chances to have the number exactly equal to this. So you can say the number exactly equal to this less than or equal to this root z, that is at most root z, at most this z value, sorry. Okay, so if you multiply two numbers like p1 and into p2, it should be like less than equal to this z value, and also p1 should be as close as to this root z value, also p2 should be as close as to this root z value. Now one thing that should you think about, that why I'm talking about this root z value. This is as simple as that, that is if you multiply the values like root z into root z, it will go at most to this root z. Otherwise if you take like, if p1 is going to be greater than root z and p2 should be like greater than root z, then if you multiply these two numbers, it is always greater than or equal to z value. Okay, or you can say if you multiply two numbers like p1 should be like less than root z and p2 should be like less than root z, then if you multiply these two numbers, it is always less than equal to P1 into P2 should be less than equal to Z. Okay, so but we need to find out the at most value, that is multiplying these two consecutive prime numbers, and this should be at most this Z. Okay, so this gives us the idea that we should iterate around this root Z value, that is root Z plus something constant and root Z minus something constant. So what is this constant value? Okay, so there are some fixed logic that this constant, that is maximum consecutive maximum difference between these two consecutive prime numbers for the values around 10 power 9, that is if Z is going to be like 10 power 18, at most 10 power 18, root Z will go up to at most 10 power 9, and if root Z is at most 10 power 9, the maximum prime gaps is going to be like around 300, or if the most precise value if you take it is be around 282. Okay, so if you iterate around the values of root Z minus 300 or root Z plus 300 and find out all the prime numbers in this range, and find out the product of these consecutive prime numbers P1 into P2, and find out this at most product which is going to be less than or equal to this Z, and find out this maximum number which is still less than or equal to Z. That will be our answer. Okay, now for the simplicity, I am taking C as going to be like 1000. That is, I am going to just iterate like root Z minus 1000 and root Z plus 1000. Okay. So one thing that needs to be understand, that I need to just focus around root Z. Why I need to focus around this root Z? The very simple reason, and again I am going to just tell that is root Z into root Z is going to be like Z, and this value is giving the exact value Z, and I need the at most value, that is the product is going to be at most Z. So so that I am just going to iterate around this root Z value, so that I can have the more precise calculation, that is without iterating from the very low prime number, like starting with 2 and find out 2 and 3 product, 3 and 5, then 5 and 7. Rather than doing that, I can just move or wander around root Z value. Okay, so let's move further to find out the best solution of this approach. Okay, so you can see I've just to find out this num, and which is actually square root of n. Okay, and find out the lower value which is actually max of 2ll and num minus this 1000. You can also take more precise value like 300 or 400. Okay, and this is upper limit, that is num plus 1000, and I just find out the prime number, and I've called the is prime function, you can see, which is basically calculating the prime in O of square root of time. Okay, so if you wonder, there are total 2000 iterations for this for loop, and for every iteration I have called this is prime function, which in worst case will take up to O of 10 power, that is like O to 10 power 4.5, that is 2000 into O of okay, so 2000 into 10 power 4.5 iterations. Okay, so it would be like it would it would not give a it would not give us a TLE verdict, and it would be okay. Okay, so just I found the prime number and find out the consecutive differences, which is going to be less than this n value, which is actually Z. Okay, so I've taken the maximum value and just returned the answer. Okay, so let's copy this code and check it out if this is going to be an efficient solution of this problem or not. Okay, let's copy this code and paste it out, and let's submit this code. This is going to be a very much easier problem for the entire problem set, okay, that I have found. Okay, so because just we need to figure it out, thus we need to wander around this root Z value, because this root Z into root Z will give us the value exact Z, and I need the at most product to be Z, so I just need to wander around root Z. So I have just configured it out that I should take a constant C equals 1000. Just I have taken the just values around root Z minus 1000 and values around root Z plus 1000, and find out the all prime numbers in O of square root of time. Okay, so if you have any doubts that is still left in your mind, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.